Okay, so continuing on, offset both sides, 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 and offset both sides. And of course, the main one, both sides. Okay, so firstly, we need to connect those open-ended portions like so. So it's very fast. Once you understand that if you press spacebar, you will do the last command. And then now we can trim this. So I can select this and I can type trim. Okay. So what I've done is I've made everything a cutting element so it's easier to trim. And then now I can just trim off those portions that I don't want. Okay. So you see by selecting everything as a cutting element, it's much faster. And by clicking from bottom right to top left is also much faster. Can Control Z to undo. Okay. So this is what we want. Just press spacebar to complete. Okay. So another command instead of mirroring, which we can do here, mirror, right, is that we can also use array. So I can select these objects to array, enter. Number in X, maybe I want 3. And in the Y, this direction, I want 3. Z is actually upwards, so we just leave it as 1. So this is the spacing. I can click from here to here. This is for this direction, but I also need to give it for the Y direction. So you can snap it to here. Then you can see that this is your 3 by 3 grid. You can click this, and this will complete your array by pressing spacebar. Alternatively, you can also use another array called ArrayLinear. So you can have, say for example, 5 elements now, and you can click from here to here. It will do it in this direction, or from here to here, it will do it in this direction, or in any other direction that you want. Okay, like this, and just click to complete the command. You can also use polar array. So you can array polar here. You can select these objects, enter. Center of array is here. And maybe say for example we want 6 of them, or 9. Let's just try 9, enter. And by default it's 360 degrees. Let's just press enter. So you can see this is arraying it 9 times around. Okay, so I can try this, maybe with 6, enter, enter, and enter to complete. So this is the polar array that rotates everything around. Okay, so even like this, you can discover new shapes. For example, now you like this shape, you can just clean up the rest that you don't want. Then same thing, select all this. I can move this aside so that this is not distracting. Select this and trim, and you can trim away those options, those portions that are overlapping to create your new pattern. Okay. Yep, something like this. See, then this will be much more interesting. Of course, there's much more work to do to trim the rest, but I think you understand the overall gist of things. Okay, so I can always just go back to the original pattern to complete what we did earlier on. So take this mirror over here, and then take this mirror over to here. Okay, so this looks more like this pattern. And then what we can do here is we can also make use of this to check whether it is to the correct scale. So if I select this, this is 1127. So because the image was 1002, but what we trace to is not. What we can do is we can select this, and then we can scale this down. So I can choose this point, and then I want to scale. First reference point will be here, and I want to scale this to 1002. So 1.2, enter. Then let's check again. Distance here to here. Now this is 1002. This is 1218.849. So therefore, we have to stretch this to make this exactly 1002. So what we can do is we can select this and scale, but instead of scaling it uniformly, we are going to scale one dimensionally. Select here, base point will be this base, first reference point is here, and then now we can type 1002, enter. Okay, so let's check again, distance. So this remains at 1002, and this is also 1002. Okay, so now you have fixed your entire geometry to be a square. Okay, and yes, that will conclude the brief introduction to Rhino, just by concentrating onto the two-dimensional drawing. Lastly, if you want to clean this up, you can always delete the layers. Hold on to Shift to select more and click on this to delete. You can also create new layers by clicking on this button. And even within this layer, you can create a sub-layer by clicking on this button. Sub-layers allow you to switch them all off at the same time. It's an easy way to manage. You can delete main layer, and sub-layers are also gone. Okay, and that's all for this quick recap.